Level 1, Demobats. Demobats are small to medium-sized aerial predators from the Upside Down, recognized by their bat-like wings, long tails tipped with sharp points, and mouths filled with rows of needle-like teeth. They never hunt alone. Each one is quick and agile, but their real danger lies in their collective behavior. Working as one, they strike with perfect timing, surrounding prey before it can react. Their lightweight bodies allow fast maneuvering, and their tails and jaws are built for piercing and tearing rather than carrying or grappling. Demobats share a single awareness. Every individual feeds information, sound, movement, scent, into a shared network that allows near-instant coordination. They don't think independently. Instead, the swarm reacts together as if controlled by one mind. To anyone facing them, this means that sudden movement or loud noise can redirect the entire swarm at once, making isolation a death sentence. Within the Upside Down, Demobats serve as scouts and perimeter guards. They detect intruders, protect high-value entities like Vecna, and act as mobile shields. When Eddie Munson played Master of Puppets from the trailer roof, the entire swarm turned toward him, abandoning patrol routes to investigate the disturbance. During the Creel House assault, Demobats formed a living barrier around Vecna's physical body, guarding him while he remained in his trance. Level 2, Catagorgon. The juvenile Demogorgon, known in its earliest stages as the Pollywog, or Dart, marks the transition between the airborne Demobat and the ground-based Demodog. This phase is crucial for understanding how upside-down creatures evolve. Physically, the juvenile displays hybrid traits, a slug-like lower body with the beginnings of limbs and muscle structure strong enough for crawling or short bursts of speed. It represents the shift from swarm coordination to independent hunting. Unlike Demobats, juveniles hunt alone or in small clusters. They no longer rely on hive response but exhibit early intelligence, planning ambushes, and learning patterns. Their rapid growth cycle defines them. Each feeding accelerates their transformation as they shed layers of skin and bone, reshaping into something stronger. Their partially developed skull can already split open during feeding, exposing inward curving mandibles that grip and consume prey with astonishing force. Juveniles cannot cross between worlds on their own. They require either infection or an open gate to enter the human dimension. Their need for constant feeding makes them dangerous yet unstable. Their high metabolism leaves them weak when starved, and they can be repelled by heat or fire. Their limited intelligence also leaves room for emotional connection, as seen with Dart's bond to Dustin. This stage sits on the edge between instinct and intellect, no longer a mindless larva, not yet a disciplined soldier. Level 3, Demo Dogs. Demo dogs are the adolescent phase of the Demogorgon species, marking the point where instinct becomes intelligence. Fully terrestrial and physically dominant, they are roughly waist-high to a human adult and possess limbs adapted for both climbing and sprinting. Their skulls still retain a canine outline, but when feeding, the upper head splits open into a four-petaled structure lined with concentric rows of razor teeth. These teeth rotate slightly as they bite, allowing them to grind through bone and armor with disturbing efficiency. Demo dogs are the first creatures of the Upside Down to exhibit true tactical behavior. They are capable of problem-solving, memory retention, and emotional recognition. Their low-frequency growls act as a communication system, coordinating attacks with precision. During the Hawkins lab invasion, they divided into waves, each assigned a purpose, some to distract, others to corner and eliminate targets. Their movements were not random but synchronized through a shared psychic link. The evolution of Dart, observed by Dustin, provided the clearest look at their metamorphosis. Starting as a slug-like larva, Dart consumed organic matter at an exponential rate, shedding skin and growing in size daily. This process gradually deepened his neural connection to the hive mind, eventually overriding his individuality. Yet, traces of personal memory remained. When confronted, Dart recognized Dustin and allowed him to pass unharmed, a haunting sign that even within the hive, fragments of emotion persist. Demo dogs possess overwhelming strength, capable of tearing through reinforced steel doors and crushing human bones with a single leap. However, they can be repelled or destroyed with fire, as the heat sears the sensitive membranes inside their open jaws. Their connection to the Mind Flayer can also be disrupted by electromagnetic interference, which causes confusion and breaks coordination. Within the Upside Down's military hierarchy, Demo Dogs are disciplined infantry, intelligent, loyal, and entirely expendable. They bridge the chaotic ferocity of lesser creatures and the calculated control of higher beings, making them one of the most effective killing units in the Dimension's entire ecosystem. Level 4, Demogorgon. The Demogorgon is the fully matured form of the Upside Down's dominant predator, a humanoid monster that embodies raw power and primal intelligence. It stands over 7 feet tall, built with dense, layered muscle beneath sinewy, armor-like skin that can withstand fire and impact. Its head unfolds into a 5-petaled maw lined with concentric rings of serrated teeth, forming a perfect radial trap for anything unlucky enough to stand before it. Each petal doubles as a sensory organ, capable of detecting minute vibrations, scent trails, and heat signatures even in complete darkness. Unlike its earlier forms, the Demogorgon hunts with patience and precision. It doesn't merely attack, it stalks. It can track prey across dimensional boundaries by scent or psychic resonance, following victims through barriers of reality itself. In Hawkins, it pursued Will Byers relentlessly, using the thin walls between worlds as hunting ground. Its ability to phase through solid structures, a process known as shunting, allows it to tear through matter, briefly opening micro-portals that vanish as quickly as they appear. Though the Demogorgon operates as a lone predator, it is not independent. It remains tethered to the Mind Flayer's hive consciousness, receiving commands that guide its instincts and objectives. Its hunting pattern is deliberate. Select a target, isolate it, and drag it into the Upside Down either for incubation or feeding. Strength analyses estimate it can rip through reinforced doors, crush bone with its grip, and hurl a grown man several meters with ease. Despite its near invincibility, the Demogorgon has weaknesses. Fire disrupts its nerve membranes and throws it into disarray. Separation from the hive causes confusion and unpredictability, making it vulnerable to concentrated attacks. Eleven's confrontation with the Demogorgon in Hawkins Middle School remains one of the clearest demonstrations of its defeat. Her psychic blast completely disintegrated its physical form, leaving behind no trace. In the ecosystem of the Upside Down, the Demogorgon serves as both executioner and enforcer, the face of death that bridges physical destruction and psychic control. Level 5, the Mind Flayer Shadow Form. The Mind Flayer's shadow form is the Upside Down's governing intelligence, an entity that exists beyond conventional life and physical matter. To the human eye, it appears as a vast storm cloud composed of living particles, swirling and pulsating with deliberate purpose. Each microscopic fragment acts as a neuron in a cosmic brain, connected through a telepathic network that extends across every creature in the dimension. Together, they create a hive intelligence of almost infinite reach. In this form, the Mind Flayer functions as the command structure of the Upside Down. It issues telepathic directives to Demobats, Demo Dogs, and Demogorgons, synchronizing their movements and objectives in real time. Every sound, vibration, and image they perceive feeds back into the Flayer's awareness, allowing it to monitor every corner of its realm simultaneously. When its shadow particles infiltrate a host's body, they bond to the nervous system and override neural control, transforming the host into a vessel of collective consciousness. This is how Will Byers became the Flayer's unwilling observer and conduit. The shadow form's intelligence is detached, mathematical, and precise. It doesn't simply kill, it studies, adapts, and evolves. Under Hawkins, it extended itself through networks of organic tunnels that transmitted energy, heat, and chemical signals directly to the main consciousness. The vines that line these tunnels acted as both sensory and circulatory systems, making the town itself part of the creature's body. Few weaknesses exist, but they are critical. The Mind Flayer's network is highly sensitive to temperature changes. Exposure to fire or extreme heat can sever its neural pathways. When the tunnels beneath Hawkins were burned, the Flayer's influence retreated in visible agony across dimensions. Closing the primary gate also isolates its extensions in the human world, causing all connected matter and hosts to die simultaneously. The shadow form is not a warrior. It is the general that observes, calculates, and prepares. Every creature that walks or flies within the Upside Down acts as its eyes, every sound as its heartbeat. Level 6, the Mind Flayer, Meat Form. The Mind Flayer's meat form represents its attempt to exist in the human dimension as a tangible being. Constructed from the fused remains of its flayed human and animal victims, it is a 20-foot-tall organism of muscle, bone, and connective tissue, constantly shifting as if alive with residual consciousness. This abomination first appeared during the events at Starcourt Mall, assembled under the Flayer's remote command through a combination of biological absorption and psychic manipulation. The meat form is not simply a mass of flesh. It carries the neural imprints of every creature it consumes. Each victim's memories and emotions remain trapped within the organism, granting it strategic awareness and human-like cunning. When Billy Hargrove acted as the primary host, the Flayer used his memories to manipulate and torment Eleven, weaponizing his guilt and fear to weaken her resolve. Physiologically, the creature operates without organs or bone structure. It maintains its form through constant movement. Every muscle fiber regenerates and flexes in response to environmental pressure. It can smash through reinforced structures, regenerate from heavy gunfire, and use its own limbs as whips of flesh and bone. Despite its terrifying resilience, the meat form is unstable. It relies on a direct psychic link to the shadow form in the Upside Down. Fire and extreme heat destabilize this connection, melting tissue and breaking down the telepathic pathways that hold it together. The Starcourt Mall explosion proved that sustained thermal damage could completely destroy its physical vessel. The meat form is the Mind Flayer's bridge into the human world. While the shadow form observes, this one invades. It is both weapon and experiment. Proof of concept for a world where human biology and upside-down matter can coexist, if only through corruption. Level 7, Vecna. Born Henry Creel, Vecna stands as the ultimate architect and ruler of the Upside Down. Long before the gates opened beneath Hawkins, he possessed innate telepathic and telekinetic abilities that separated him from ordinary humanity. After murdering his family in 1959, he was taken to Hawkins' lab and designated as Subject 001. His powers grew under Dr. Brenner's experiments, but so did his hatred. In 1979, his confrontation with Eleven resulted in his defeat and exile. Eleven's blast sent him through an interdimensional rift, where his body burned, broke, and was remade by the energy of the Upside Down. Within that realm, Henry discovered the Mind Flayer, or rather, the shapeless mass of shadow particles that would become it. Using his psychic control, he molded it into a new form, giving it structure and purpose. In doing so, he became the controlling consciousness behind every creature in the Upside Down. The Mind Flayer, the Demogorgons, the Demodogs, and the Demobats all exist as extensions of his will. Vecna's powers extend beyond mere telekinesis. He invades the human mind, forcing victims to relive their deepest traumas before crushing every bone in their body and gouging their eyes from their skulls. These deaths are not random. They are sacrifices that feed his growing link between the Upside Down and Hawkins. Through this ritual of death, he slowly tears the barrier between worlds. His body is a fusion of human tissue and organic matter from the Upside Down, sustained by living tendrils that connect him directly to the Hive network. These roots feed him psychic energy, granting near-limitless strength and endurance while he remains in his lair. His primary weakness emerges when those connections are severed. Sustained fire, physical disruption, or psychic counterforce, as demonstrated by Eleven, can momentarily halt his influence and force retreat. Vecna's endgame is complete dimensional convergence, a permanent merging of the Upside Down and Hawkins into one world governed by psychic torment and biological corruption. He is not merely a general of this ecosystem, he is its creator and god, the singular intelligence through which every nightmare in the Upside Down breathes and evolves.